The government shutdown crisis deepens. Who's to blame and what's at stake? As the government shutdown enters its third week with no resolution in sight, a new poll from the Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs Research reveals a nation growing increasingly frustrated. Most Americans now view the shutdown as a significant problem, and they're pointing fingers at all sides. But here's where it gets controversial. While roughly 6 in 10 Americans blame President Trump and congressional Republicans, 54% also hold Democrats accountable. Is there truly no middle ground left in Washington? Senate Democrats are set to reject, for the 10th time, a stopgap spending bill aimed at reopening the government. Their stance? No deal without guarantees on extending health insurance subsidies under the Affordable Care Act. Democrats argue that millions of Americans, including small business owners, farmers, and contractors, face steep premium hikes if these subsidies aren't secured. But is this a fair demand, or are they holding the government hostage for political gain? The standoff has left hundreds of thousands of federal workers furloughed, with even more facing financial uncertainty. Meanwhile, Congress remains paralyzed, and House Republicans have abandoned Washington entirely. How much longer can this go on before the consequences become irreversible? Other headlines you can't miss. Judge halts Trump's federal worker firings. A federal judge in San Francisco has temporarily blocked the Trump administration from firing workers during the shutdown, calling the cuts politically motivated and potentially illegal. Is this a victory for workers, or an overreach of judicial power? CIA's secret operations in Venezuela. President Trump confirmed the CIA is conducting covert operations in Venezuela, raising questions about U.S. involvement in the region. This follows recent military strikes against alleged drug smuggling boats in the Caribbean, some originating from Venezuela. Are these actions justified, or is the U.S. overstepping its bounds? Racist texts spark GOP backlash. Politico exposed racist and offensive messages from a young Republican group chat, prompting calls for those involved to resign. However, J.D. Vance dismissed the outrage as pearl-clutching, defending the individuals involved. Where do we draw the line between accountability and second chances? What's next for the shutdown? With a November 1st deadline looming for health insurance premiums in most states, Democrats believe voters will demand Republicans negotiate. But as the poll shows, 42% of Americans remain undecided on the core issue of health insurance subsidies. Are Americans truly informed about what's at stake? Or is this just another partisan battle they've tuned out? Your turn. What do you think? Is either party justified in their stance? Or is this shutdown a failure of leadership on both sides? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going.